time of their lives.
You know, it sounds like a big family, and we like to hear that. You guys are all friends now because you were apart for a while. You spent some time and some years apart. So here's what led up to the New Kids breakup. New Kids were still very much together in 1992, but Donnie was becoming more involved with the career of his younger brother Mark, who back then went by the name of Marky Mark. Mark had once briefly been a member of the New Kids and walked away.
The question I'm always hit with is, how'd you leave after he was making $115 million a year?
He left when we were making 5 cents every 2 years.
The rapping Wahlberg had quickly become almost as famous as the New Kids, and in this vintage interview, you can see how much fun the brothers had being together.
He's a sex symbol.
No, not really, Ski, but he's taking all the way because he always got all the girls out front of the house waiting on him. So, you know, all the weight is still on him. He's still the one.
They're waiting on you, Ski.
He's still the man. But I get a few now, so I'm cool with that.
In the early 90s, the band began to spend more and more time apart. For this recording session, it was only Danny, Joey, and Jordan. To mix things up for their latest album, the group had shortened their name to just the initials Nkotb.
It's not an issue, really.
And maybe the album might say Nkotb on the cover, you know.
Jordan might change the name. Yeah, I might. I was thinking about it.
I say the Boston 5 is the best name. That's
When we asked them how much longer the band could go on, they acknowledged things were changing.
We're just giving each other space to do what we want to do. We have respect for each other. And we encourage everybody in the group to do what their heart feels.
Many of the New Kids started doing their own projects on the side.
John's on Broadway. He's trying out for Broadway plays and some acting things, and Donnie's back doing Marky Mark's second album. So we're basically holding the fort.
They took time off apart, trying to live normal lives.
There were times when me and Donnie would walk down the hall and not even, you know, say hi to each other. You know what I mean? Because there was so much tension, and it was stupid. It was nothing. It was probably nothing at all. But, you know, that was just because there was so much tension.
In '93, they were recording another album with Donnie playing a big role as a producer. This time, it was Donnie and Joey working together in the studio as they saw themselves forging a new path musically.
The tension's gone, and I'm sure we'll clash again. But you know, the tension's gone.
Maurice Starr, the producer who had created the band and overseen everything they did in the early days, was now gone. The New Kids stepped up to control their own careers the way they wanted.
We have the ability to say, you know, Joe, what type of song do you really want to sing? You know, Donnie, could you write us this type of song for the album? Who do you really want to work with, Jordan? You know what I mean? We have the time to do all the things we really want to do and do things that we enjoy doing, as opposed to being forced to do it and being trapped into doing it. What's up?
I think you should lose the sunglasses.
I do too. Sunglasses ain't doing it. That's right.
We were with Nkotb as they shot a music video for their new album, Face the Music, in the cold, dark New England woods.
We've been off for a year and a half, and I think it was really good for us to get a break from each other. So now that we're back together, I just think there's a lot more, you know, togetherness, and you know, it's just a fresh start, and we like starting with a clean slate.
But they didn't get that fresh start that they wanted. In 1994, the New Kids split up.
It was a good breakup. It was like we all knew that we've reached the pinnacle of where we wanted to, what we wanted to do collectively. And we all wanted to, you know, do separate things that we couldn't do as a group. It got to be a little too just clashy, kind of. And we just said, well, why are we doing this then?
Donnie began a successful acting career. One of his first big roles was working with Mel Gibson and being directed by Ron Howard in Ransom. After that, the work poured in.
It's a pretty good time for me right now. Yeah, I feel good. You can't start patting yourself on the back. You know, I can't sit here and say, well, I was so good in Ransom, now I'm getting offers to do all these other films. Because once you do that, that's the end, you know.
Danny Wood started his own record label and tried acting. Jonathan Knight stepped away from the spotlight and became a real estate developer, while his brother, Jordan Knight, launched a solo career. Unlike a lot of teen sensations, when they grew up, the new kids had protected their wealth.
We never really got into the let's go crazy with our money thing. You know, our money was always taken care of very well. And it was good for us because it kept us focused on what we had to do.
Joey McIntyre was performing as a solo act and as an actor. But even 3 years after their split, he was still feeling some sort of letdown.
I don't look at it as like, yeah, we broke up. I'm proud of that, you know what I mean?
In 1997, he took us on a tour of his Boston area home, which was built in 1730.
What was once the dining room has turned into the pool room.
He was still in his early 20s, but constantly reminded of his new kids' days.
We had a lot of young fans, you know, so now they're like in college now, you know, and I'll go out and be like, I loved you, you know what I mean? And I'll say, keep loving me. Don't stop loving me.
When we come back,